What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Venomcast. I'm your host, the one and only John K. To this side of me is my good friend, Luke Peterson. It's right on my screen, so it doesn't matter to me what it looks like on your screen. And down below, we have our wonderful guest for the week. He's been begging me to be on. I'm happy to have him on. It's somebody I don't know very much about, and I'm excited to know more about the one and only Mr. 93, Zach Lockett. The pink Whitney truck. Good-looking truck. I don't remember... Oh, you're running Coke Zero Oreo this season. It's good looking.
Yeah, I just love the pink Whitney truck so much that I feel like I've started just using that again. Mostly, it's such a nice looking truck, but I try to use both a little bit.
And Tennessee Titans fan, as we can see in the back, and we've seen a couple, at least one Titans truck.
Yep, we'll be back for Nashville. It isn't the prettiest, I don't think, but I'll bring it back for the Nashville race.
That sounds good to me. Oh man, you're what? This is what, your second season in Venom? Third season in Venom?
Third, yep. I was a rookie in season 7.
All right, so still relatively new. That's crazy that you've been here that long and we know absolutely nothing about you. Let's see. Let's take a quick trip back to season 7. Funnily enough,
can we?
Just looking at season 7 not too long ago.
Yeah, I was just looking at that earlier before we hopped in.
Oh God, that was a terrible season for me. Gosh, that's bad. I don't want to look at season 7 anymore. I want to look at the driver standings though.
Yeah, they're telling me.
See if I can find.
You're gonna have to go way down.
I got the driver standings. The driver standings are Nathan Reynolds winning.
Yeah.
John K in third, me in 6th, and let's see, Mr. Lockett. Finding me. So we had to go way down. Surely it's not that.
Oh yeah, I found you. 26. Yeah.
Hey, you lost.
You missed 3 races though, so that's fine.
There you go.
Yeah. That season started in October of 2023. I had just gotten on iRacing in July, so I was like a rookie in that season. Like Matt Slosser was my teammate and a rookie. Tyler Logan was a rookie, but those guys weren't rookies. Like I was a rookie, you know. But like at that time, like I said, I was a couple months into iRacing. It was the first league I ever ran a full season in. Like I had been in a couple different leagues running like 1 or 2 races and then realizing I didn't like it and trying to figure something else out. But yeah, I came across Venom like a couple weeks before, or a couple days actually before that season started, and messaged the Facebook group and they got me in set up pretty quickly. So yeah, it was a whole new experience for me, league racing. I hadn't done much of it yet. But really found my way last year, and then this year it's been a really good start. So
that's kind of crazy. That sounds. I'd been on iRacing for a while, but I didn't start actually racing, like wheel and pedal racing until a month before I joined the league. So that's kind of crazy that it's it's weird being that new and then being like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here.
Yeah, I had no business joining a league at that point yet, but I just wanted to be on a broadcast and thought it'd be really cool to give it a shot. So I ended up, week 1 was obviously the Rocket Man Memorial. I got 6th because there was a huge wreck in the last lap, which is a very rare thing for Venom, I feel like, especially at road course or at super speedways. It's been pretty clean, but for the most part towards the end. Yeah, okay, I don't know, at least since I've been here.
Oh yeah, it really has, especially the last few seasons. I felt like we're all like, here comes the caution, and then it just doesn't happen.
Never happens.
I mean, that is a fair point.
Right, especially at Daytona this year. That was, I thought for sure we'd get one. But yeah, after that, it was like Watkins Glen. I'd never done a road course before in my life. I thought I'll be all right. We'll just, I'll put in 10 laps to practice and we'll be good. I think I quit after 10 laps. I was a minute back at that point. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing yet. So really took the rest of that season. Literally took the rest of that season to just figure out how to do strategy a little bit, literally how to get on and off pit road well under green flag conditions. Every track we went to was the first time I had ever really been there, unless it was a super speedway or a couple of tracks that I had done in officials and iRacing. But yeah, I was a rookie. I was the rookie.
That's kind of crazy. So I remember when I joined in season 2, I had nothing. I'd been on my wheel and pedals for a month. I'd been running the ARCA cars a lot, RIP to the ARCA cars, by the way. They go away Tuesday. I might have to go run one this weekend just to get one last go in them. But I literally had gotten the truck. I think the first week I got to race trucks was Gateway that year. So that'd been 21. Yeah, 2021. So that was crazy. So I had like no tracks, like nothing. And I bought them all. And going to a track for the first time is so hard. Because about the time you figure it out, the race is over. Like yeah. I'm sure you experienced that plenty of times in season 7. But I remember trying to think of what track. I think Texas was one for me. It's like the end of the season in season 2. I didn't qualify that well, but I started running really well. And then by the end of the race, I was like, man, I wish we had 50 more laps. Like I feel like I could go past a lot of people. It's crazy to feel like even in like just one race going there for your first time, the evolution from the beginning to the race to the end of the race. So how do you feel now that I'm assuming we're going to some tracks you've been to? Whether it be officials now or in the league, which I think going back to a race in league conditions as opposed to like official conditions, it changes a lot. Like not talking track conditions, but like the longer races and stuff. So how does it feel now that like we're going to a lot of tracks and tracks that you've been to before?
Yeah, no, I feel good about, I mean, pretty much anywhere we go. I mean, back then, like you were just alluding to, like I was like buying the track the week of like the race and like figuring out where the breaking points were like in practice and stuff. And I mean, that was like you talked about, you know, late 2023, early 24. Like I was racing. I'm sitting at my work desk right now. I work from home a couple of days a week, and I have like a dual monitor set up and stuff. But I started that season as well on like a normal Logitech wheel that everyone starts out on, and on a stand sitting here at my desk in this like gaming chair, and it was like not comfortable at all. And I had this small 24-inch monitor, and now as you can see, now I've upgraded a little bit for like a triples and a full size rig.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But throughout running in different races, whether it's in this league or in different leagues, I've been to every track multiple times now and feel much more comfortable with everything. I think I spent a ton of time last year around this time. Like I was racing like Sunday nights in the Icon Cup Series, Tuesday in Venom, Thursday in Racers Elite, like just trying to get in as much racing as I could just to get used to longer races, tire saving, tracks, all that stuff. So I think I've grown so much in the last year and a half, and especially during that around this time last year when I was racing a lot more than I am now. But I feel really good about the bigger tracks, the Auto Clubs, Michigans, 9.5 tracks, but we're working on the short tracks and the short run speed on those. Like Wilkesboro we have coming up. I know you guys are good there, and a lot of people in the league are. Yeah, Rockingham as well. So those kind of tracks I got to still kind of get better at. But the larger tracks are my bread and butter right now.
So it is funny. It's funny you brought that up though. His 3 top 10s in his rookie season are Auto Club, Daytona, and Vegas, and he hung right on the edge of the top 10 in most of them. This year we come back and we run Auto Club and Vegas in the early part of the season, and if I recall correctly, like 6th place at Vegas, and then on the podium at Auto Club. So you can watch the direct correlation of growth to just that practice and being at tracks that you are comfortable with, and then being able to develop skill at. That's really neat to see it progress that way.
Yeah, and really that comes from like before I was on iRacing, I used to do I have my Xbox down here still, but like I would run on Nascar Heat. Like I don't know if you guys have run on those games, but like 2018, 19, and 20, I think I had Heat 3, 4, and 5. I didn't race like a ton, but whenever you would race, you'd hop into a public lobby and it would either be Daytona, Auto Club, Chicagoland, like a bigger track. So like I was on a controller, yes, but like I at least had an experience at those tracks when I got into iRacing. Not that it correlates that much, but like it does a little bit. It must a little bit because we didn't run Martinsville. We weren't. Yeah, something's there. We weren't running Martinsville. We weren't running Bristol. We weren't. Those were an absolute mess on those games. So the short tracks are still something I'm getting used to.
God, NASCAR Heat 3, just like Vietnam flashbacks. The ping ponging in that game was terrible. Like if you bounced off somebody, you were fucked. Or if you hit the apron, like if you tapped the apron, you were gonna die. The game was so bad.
I feel like when I get close to the apron now, I still get flashbacks from that too. Like I'm like Atlanta or something. I'm gonna hit it and I'm just gonna whoop on.
Yeah, you're gone. You're going all the way up the track, and you're gonna take out at least 3/4 of the field.
Yep.
Yeah, you mentioned Rockingham this season. Last season we had quite the duel at Rockingham, and that was like,
Yeah.
I think that was the first time we really raced together. I don't think I'd gotten to race with you very much before that. Obviously, with season 7 being your rookie season, and I did not finish a lot of races in season 7. That was a rough start, rough like 3/4 of the season. But yeah, that was like, I didn't really know much other than like, I think there was a couple of times you got caught up in like wrecks in season 7 that I remember. They were like, "Oh yeah, it was Zach Lockett and somebody else," and I'm like, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel knowing that guy's leading the race, because I've heard his name more than others when it comes to wrecks. And then we ran side by side. I don't even know for how many laps, but it was good, hard, clean racing. And then I think you caught the wall a little bit.
Yep. I got lucky. I was up there on strategy. I think I was like the last one to not go to pit road or something. I don't know. I wasn't up there on speed, and yeah, I ended up just trying to just put a bunch of time on the guys behind me and just was just cooking my right front, just putting a ton of wheel into it, and then ended up just trying to hang on. And yeah, I thought all the way back to like ninth or 10th.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were doing pretty good for not being up there on speed. That is for sure. You were, because I got to you and I was like, all right, this should be pretty easy. He's got older tires, and I'm like running it in there into 3 and 4, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get him. And then we got side by side, and I was like, I need to just gas it up. I was like, if I run him in the wall at this point, like, hey, my bad. And then I heard you get the wall, and I was like, I don't think that's my fault. And I drove away, and I was like, oh, went back and watched it, and I was like, okay, we weren't close. It's fine.
No. And I kind of hung around the whole year last year, higher than the 20s, like I was in season 7. I was hanging around 20th every race, like speeding up pit road, wrecking, whatever. Last year I hung around like that 10 to 15ish range for a lot of races, but finished, I think I had 3 or 4 top 10, so started to get better. And Kentucky finished off the season with a good top 10 as well. Felt good there. I know everyone hated that setup, but I loved it for whatever reason.
I liked it. I agree with you.
Yeah, it felt like an old setup,
Besides not running down Brody, it was great. I settled into second in front of Chad Stearns and rode around.
Right.
It was very tight, though. It was extremely tight.
Thumbs down. It was a little bit better.
John got a saved tire in a tight setup, man.
I was saved tire just fine. I couldn't fucking pass anybody.
Got to save more tire.
I had plenty of tire, trust me.
Chad had more tire. Chad passed people at the end of the race.
Oh, yeah. I'm not as good as Chad, clearly.
Hey, it all worked out.
Are at saving tires.
Yeah, it ended up working out pretty good. I can't complain.
It all worked out. Yeah, you can't complain.
I like to, though. I find a way to complain. So why, other than NASCAR Heat, why sim racing? Like, are you a big NASCAR fan, or is it a different type of racing you like to watch that got you into it, and then you're just like, oh, I like the trucks, and now I hang out with all these idiots every Tuesday night? Like, what happened there to get you to be like, you know what, other than NASCAR Heat, like, I love this?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I grew up in upstate New York. I grew up in a very suburban area where there wasn't a lot of racing, but I found a liking to it when I was super young. I was born in '95, so I was pretty young when Dale Earnhardt passed. That's one of the first memories that I have, and I was a huge Dale Earnhardt fan. Like any diecast or anything that I have these are all from when I was a super young kid, and I have the Dale Earnhardt Oreo car up there. That's where the Coke Zero Oreo car, I wanted it to come from. That's the best team of all time in my opinion. It's my favorite. But I loved it growing up, and then when he passed and I got a little bit older and started playing other sports, I didn't really watch NASCAR as much. So it's funny you asked that question about racing, about love for racing, but like from like pretty much the end of the Gen 4 all the way through the Car of Tomorrow until like that 2019-20th range, I really didn't watch a lot of racing. I played baseball, I played other sports, I love other sports, I love the NFL, as you can see, which is a shame right now that I'm a Titans fan, but we'll get back there someday. Like I said, played baseball, love hockey as well. I know, Luke, we were talking about the Canes and Devils.
Yes.
Love the Devils. So really wasn't, and still I'm not like the biggest racing fan outside of NASCAR, but over the last 5-6 years I've gotten back into it, and really wanting to sim race came from, in 2022, I moved to the Charlotte area. My girlfriend, who's not my fiance at the time, we met. I lived in Virginia for a year, and we had met up there, and she was living down here at the time. She was up visiting family, and when I got into Charlotte, I was like, you guys know how it is. I mean, I lived 5 minutes from the Hendricks campus. Everything's NASCAR. I went to go do the simulators at the Hall of Fame, and was like, you know what? I'm not playing any video games really right now. Like, I love video games. I grew up a gamer. There's nothing like I'm really doing right now. Why don't I give like sim racing a shot? Why don't I try this? Like, I'm watching NASCAR again every week, except for when football season starts, and I'm trying to pay attention to as much as I can. But why don't I give this a shot? So, like I said, I had bought a used Logitech wheel and that stand, and I had just gotten a new gaming laptop at the time, and now I have a PC. I got rid of that thing. I don't recommend racing on a laptop. And yeah, and I bought a year of iRacing membership and really didn't know how far I was going to go with it. And just, you guys know how it is, it just becomes addicting, and you just want to get better every week. And it was something I ended up really loving, and now we're here. So
it's really funny the trajectory you took to get here, because
yeah,
besides being 5 years different in age, I grew up, and I'm a huge Mark Martin fan. You have your one Del Car. I have a shrine to Mark over here. That's how I grew up. You can see who John K liked. And so we watched it religiously in my household. Grew up in Western North Carolina. Every Sunday, PRN's on. You watch the race till you go back to church. Like, racing was life. We collected die casts, and then same thing. I get to high school, start wrestling. I played soccer. Get to college, and pretty much when I picked hockey back up, I got back into the Canes while I was in college, and watch everything else. You have a decent fandom. I pull for the Cowboys. Imagine what that's like. But yeah, huge into sports, but didn't watch NASCAR anymore. And I think right after COVID, like 2022, like 2 years after, I just kind of start playing around on YouTube, and I find this Car Inside guy, and he's racing trucks. That seems kind of neat. And maybe I should watch NASCAR again. And my wife's like, yeah, I think we'll watch NASCAR again. That's fun. And so start pulling for Ryan Blaney, get back in that. I'm like, man, I really want to try this out. Go buy my Logitech wheel, race through Arcas, race through trucks. And the next thing you know, I win like 2 races in the trucks. And I think I commented on Nathan's videos. I'm like, hey, thanks for the help. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have figured this shit out. I'm terrible at it. He's like, we have a league, right? And I'm like, what's that? How does that work? Yeah. And so after like 2 years of being re-obsessed with NASCAR, and I don't miss a race now, same thing, just straight into this, and it's like every other day. Let's go race something. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that is cool. That's the same thing. Like I stopped watching for a little while, and then I just came back when I started playing the Heat games again, and now I'm a Chase Elliott fan now. So I'm
just kidding.
It could be way worse. You could be a host of our fan. I mean,
hey, what the fuck?
Right? And you know what? I like all the Hendrick cars. Like I really don't care as long as it's a Chevy, really, to be honest. But when I got back into it, he won the championship that year, and I liked anyone who I grew up watching their dad, like Bill Elliott, even Ryan Blaney, because Dave Blaney used to race, obviously, and I just always thought that was cool. Kevin Harvick, I didn't really care as long as it was either Chevy or Harvick or Blaney.
It's good legacy. I always like finding a legacy driver. It's really neat when you get to like attach them to their parent or uncle or whoever you watched them. I wanted to pull for Harrison Burton when I started because I was a Burton fan, and then I just couldn't bring myself to do it. Sorry, Harrison.
Yeah, dude, I want to pull for Austin Dillon. I want to pull for the 3 car.
But it's so bad. You just can't do it.
Dude, yeah.
From Welcome, North Carolina, man. Come on. Oh, that was the other thing. I lived in Charlotte for the last 7 years and just moved to Virginia, so I thought that was hilarious too. But yeah, you're all around it there. Everything is there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm up towards Hickory now, so I'm about 25 minutes from Hickory. I go watch late models there and stuff now too, which is cool.
Which means you live about an hour from my parents. They live in Avery County, Boone area. Okay, so that's awesome. Yeah, I love Hickory.
I want to move to North Carolina.
Yeah, man.
Will you hurry up and graduate already so we can move?
Okay. I do think that's like the weird thing of Venom, is it tries to correlate everybody to the Southeast. Jan keeps joking about leaving California.
That's just where NASCAR is. I mean, like,
it is. Everything's here.
I joke that I want to move. I honestly love where I live. Like, getting to work at Eldora is freaking awesome. But I wouldn't mind if we if we hit the lotto and then we could have like a little freaking cottage or
vacation house.
Yeah, dude. I want to go down there and just explore.
It's funny for me because of the area to tracks. Like I grew up and I'm 45 minutes from Bristol. They weren't racing there at the time, but I'm an hour from North Wilkesboro. And then I moved to Winston-Salem. Bowman Gray's there. Charlotte's an hour away. When I moved to Charlotte, I worked in Rockingham, and now they're bringing them back now that I've moved away. But you're like 2 hours from Darlington, 3 hours from Atlanta, and now I'm in Richmond. Richmond's 30 minutes from the house. I can go back to Charlotte. The tracks just are so focused in this area. If you're anywhere near it, it's easy to get to stuff. Oh, Martinsville. I forgot about Martinsville. Golly.
Yeah.
I think it's weird how like similar the three of us are when it comes to like we started watching it like hardcore when we were kids, kind of fell off, played sports, did other stuff, you know, and then all like funneled back into it like at kind of the same time because that's what happened with me. The first like full season I watched back was when Chase won the title. And he was like the guy that when I first started watching like highlights and stuff, I was like, what the hell did I miss? So the big thing I started watching was like Radioactive. Like, so I started watching Radioactive a bunch, and so I kind of like I was like, well, damn, like Ryan Newman sucks now. Like he's just like Tony Stewart retired and I missed it, and like I was like, damn, Jimmy was retiring is like why I started watching again. I like saw it on Instagram. I was like, oh, NASCAR, yeah, I forgot I liked that. And then it like big posts like Jimmy Johnson's retiring, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I gotta watch now. I gotta get learned back up. And then I was like, "Oh, you know what? Chase kind of seems like he's that next guy." And actually, what happened? What really made me a Chase Elliott fan was when he flipped off Kyle Busch at Darlington after he got wrecked.
Yeah,
that was awesome. I was like, "Hell yeah!" He doesn't do stuff like that anymore. It kind of sucks,
dude. Yeah, you wish he would. Like, I wish he had like a host of our, I'm not a host of our fan, but it's cool when they show a little personality. Like Chase is such a robot. Like it's
100%.
Whatever.
That's the thing. That is the thing that sucks. Is because like I wish he'd flip more people off. Like when he went off on Kyle Larson the first year of the next gen when Larson ran him in the fence at Auto Club and he's like, that stupid motherfucker. I was like, yes, more of that. Get out of the car. Go hit him with your helmet or something. Jesus. Like, I mean, I got Tony Stewart stuff hanging up over here. He's
been hanging out with Tony.
It's not because he's my boss. I promise. I liked Tony well before I started working at Eldora. But I mean, you think about Tony Stewart. What's the first thing you think of? You think of him cussing out Joey Logano after freaking Auto Club. You think about him throwing the helmet at Matt Kenseth at Bristol. Like, that's the shit that NASCAR needs, and that's why I like Hocevar. Like, yeah, he does a lot of dumb shit. Yeah, he intentionally brings out yellows, but he's going to go ruffle some feathers and make it weird. You know, he's going to go make it weird for people, and they're like, why is this car doing this? Like, that car is not supposed to. That's why I like him. And then he goes on Twitch and, you know.
Dude, that's why I kind of like Chastain even. Like, people hate Chastain, but like,
yes.
It's like, the ability to stand out a little bit is like, it's cool and not be a robot.
Oh, yeah.
I think for me,
I said it last week when Ross wrecked Chase. I said, "Oh yeah, Ross is back, baby."
Yep.
Like he got. It's like Rick Hendrick put him on probation, and now Ross is off the leash again. And it's like, let's go. Yeah. It's time for him to start cooking.
I just want the balance. I think you have to have both sides of it, and obviously, for my history, you know who I like. I like Mark Martin. I like Ryan Blaney. Blaney may cuss everybody out in the car, and that's my favorite part of Blaney. I love his in-car audio, but he generally tends to drive really clean. The thing is that you have to have those guys who are going to run. Yeah, I have the same car. It's over there. Yeah. Painfully clean.
I forgot it was there.
And always do that. But you have to have the Earnhardts. You have to have the Tony Stewarts. You have to have the Hocevars, the Rosses. Somebody has to make somebody angry. Somebody has to drive like their life depends on them getting that car to the top 5. Not even just a win. They just want to be up front. And when you have that, it creates good drama and you can get interest in different drivers. But instead now, we have like 4 or 5 drivers who have a little bit of personality that try, and everyone else is just an automaton in line. I haven't seen the wreck. I don't know what happened. I agree with I think it's the NASCAR Weekly podcast. They really need to get tablets and just give them tablets. Or no, it's actions detrimental. They want to give them tablets show them the wreck. Let them see it so they can make a comment, or just make the comment about how you feel. Don't worry about what happened.
Yeah.
You know what? That sumbitch wrecked me. I don't like him.
NASCAR,
He can suck it. I'll get him next time.
NASCAR's too PR driven now. If I was somebody's PR guy, I'd be like, let them fucking have it. That's what people want. Just don't. I agree. Just don't swear. And then if your sponsors get pissed, be like, look, do you want this guy that do you want a guy that walks around like a robot, or do you want a guy that you want to see in commercials?
I do the old NASCAR commercials, man. Oh, compared to what they are now, and even like sponsorship. Like every week when I see the RFK buildsubmarines.com, I'm like, build submarines. Like, you think there's a little kid out there who's like, you know what? Let me go like get into submarines because I see that. Like I think of like the Silver Bullet with Shirley Marlin, like all those iconic paint schemes. I'm like, I'm gonna drink the freaking Coors Light. I see that. Like, I'm gonna go look at submarines. I don't know.
Let's drink some beer while we're underaged. Now, have y'all seen? Well, we know what pills Luke uses. Did y'all see the RFK commercial with fucking Brad and the Consumer Cellular one where he's cutting everything in half? Oh my god, that's great. Go find it after we get done recording. It's on Instagram. It's supposed to be going on TV soon. It's fucking great. That's the shit we need. And like, we need, and like the Mobile One commercials with like Clint and Kevin. Like we need the younger. I love how this has gone from talking
about Venom to talking about NASCAR.
Yeah, we'll steer back into Venom.
We're gonna be in commercials next at this rate. But like,
exactly.
That's like, dude, the Bush commercial with Ross, where he pops out of the tent and he's like, "What's
wrong with
going in circles?
Driving in circles?"
That's awesome. That's the shit. That is what we need. Like, we need that stuff back. We need like, I mean, I saw the old Toyota commercial where they had the kids driving with remote controls, and Tony like jumps out of the car while it's still driving, and he's literally like running, and he's like run for your life or something like that.
Yeah,
it's the old one. Yeah,
I just always think of the Dale Jr. one where they're doing the walkie-talkies and he's getting a handoff in the football game. Like, Junior, you're in, like that kind of stuff is like, you see that and you're like, that's sick, like that was the good stuff.
We need it back, like truly.
Yep.
We truly do. Dale, if you're listening, or Dale Jr., I guess, if he somehow, God bless, if Dale Jr. saw this, he'd be like, what a fucking mess.
Yeah, so
speaking of messes, let's get into Michigan, shall we?
Let's do it.
Fucking wait to talk about this. How many cautions did we have? Too many.
4, 5?
4 or 5.
Maybe 6.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like,
I don't know that.
7.
Hold, please.
I'm holding. Too many cautions. It was interesting strategy wise. Lots of different strategies. Poor Brody got hung out at one point, and I feel bad because I should have just told him I was gonna pit regardless if he stayed out or not. But Brody was like convinced everybody was gonna do the opposite of what he did. I was not. I was pitting. I was taking my tires there.
I saw Matt Slosser pit, and I pit. Slosser went in, and I was like, you know what? We're going into the Slosser camp. If we win this thing, cool. If we finish 20th because our tires sucked, we're out.
That was early, too. That was really early.
9 laps in.
Lap 9
yeah.
or 10. Yep. I'm talking about like later in the race.
You're talking about like the lap. I think it was lap. See, that was the thing. We had the early one at 10.
Yeah.
And then we didn't have a caution until after the halfway point because me and Slosser drove back and got stage points.
Yeah. I got one
stage. We compiled 5 cautions in the second half. So there were 6 total. We had 1 at lap 10, and then we didn't have another one until after lap like 50. Because it came out like 53.
In season 8 as well, there were 6. So it's just a common thing at Michigan, I guess, which is weird.
I don't even remember how I got up front last season at Michigan. I just know I kind of ended up there.
I had the Rona last season during Michigan.
I was kind of hoping it would happen again, and it kind of did. Matt was stupid fast. Matt's been stupid fast all season long. He's cheating, I think. I don't know. I'm kidding. It's being on the podcast. See, that's the good thing. Now that you've been on the podcast, you're going to win a race now.
Hey, I would love to. My goal was to make the playoffs this year, but that's looking good. So hopefully we can get a race race win. That'd be great.
Now key in on the win.
We are gonna get into that. So the running order, because I don't want to say anything because it was a thing that happened. Kind of over it. Because we'll talk about some stuff, but we also need to talk about Iowa last week because we've got some business to take care of, sir. We got some stuff to talk about. So Chad Stearns wins, not bad stuff, by the way. Chad Stearns wins at Michigan. Paul Ellison, huge for him in the memorial race for his nephew who passed away in 2021. God dang, I wanted Paul to win that race so bad. It was so funny.
And that was really cool that he led lap 55 too. That was really cool.
Yeah.
He stayed out and did that.
Yeah.
And shout out to Paul. I forgot to give just him and his family a shout out in my interview. So it's really cool that he gets to do that race every year and finish well in it.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked out that way for him because going back to Paul's first win in Venom, it happened at Michigan. And we were all making jokes in Discord about having tires left at the end of the race because that's what happened in season 2. Paul, Garrett, somebody else. I remember his first name was DJ. I don't remember what his last name was, but they all had tires, and I benefited from a wreck, and I was leading. I had a chance to win in season 2. This is like 2 weeks after Bristol or something. So I was like, holy shit, like I'm up front again. Like this is weird. And Paul had a set of tires, and I was teammates with Paul at that time. And Paul goes, we're talking about the late caution. I was like, well, this kind of is good for me. Our team owner at the time, also league owner, was in the wreck. Him and Andy wrecked each other. A lot of history there. But Paul just goes, oh wait, shit, I have a set of tires. So like that was a running joke like all throughout Tuesday night. And then we get late and I had just put on my fresh tires. Luke had put on his 8 laps?
Last set.
8 laps before us. I put on my last set like 65 or something like that. And
I put my last set on with 25 to go, and I was like, this is going to be great.
Yeah. And then Paul goes, because me, Hayden, like basically a whole bunch of people, we were just moving through the field. And Paul goes, hey, guess what? And I go, you have a fucking set of tires. Like the running joke was perfect. And I wish he could have done it just because of like how special that would have been for him to get that done on Tuesday with what the title of the race was and what the date was. It was also his birthday too. It would have just been a huge day. But our guest, Zach Lockett, comes home in third. Good run for you, sir. Again, talking about the big tracks. You're super quick at Auto Club also. People say things translate from Auto Club to Michigan. I don't, or vice versa. I don't get it. I don't get Auto Club, but I get Michigan.
I'm the opposite. I feel way better Auto Club in Michigan.
Agreed.
I hate Auto Club. I hate Auto Club.
I love Auto Club.
Josh Freed comes home in 4th. Garrett Rainey comes home with a top 5. If a specific late caution hadn't come out, Garrett might win that race.
He's going to be awfully dang close to the front
with the tires he had, because he was the last one to put on tires. Tyler Logan finishes in 6th. Rodney Matney finishes in 7th. Josh Matichek in 8th. Hayden in 9th. He was battling for the lead late with Chad. We'll talk about that. Matt Schlosser finishes in 10th, rounding out the top 10. And then 11th, Pascal Samard. Josh Jackson finishes in 12th, which is awesome. Like, he was in the top 10 late, and I don't think he had an X the whole race. He had one incident. So he must have gone...
All 3 of those guys.
Through the infield.
All 3 of those guys. Pascal started 28th, Josh 27th, Eric Breeding started 30th, and they got 11th, 12th, and 13th, which is
crazy.
Wow.
Good run for Eric finishing in 13th. He needed that. Cole finishes in 14th. Eric finished 13th. I think I said something else. I don't know. Luke finishes 15th. Paul Sargent in 16th. Jan Van Leer in 17th. Hunter Leach finished in 18th. Gary Clark in 19th. Jordan Jorno in 20th. I think he spun at some point too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was up there for a while too. He was having a good run,
mixing it up. Austin Holyfield in 21st, and that was the last car on the lead lap. As Brantley finishes 22nd, Brody finishes 23rd. I finish in 24th.
Yikes!
1 lap down for Brody. 1 lap down for Brantley. 3 laps down for Brody. 7 laps down for me and Kevin Sargent, who finished in 25th. 9 laps
top.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he flipped in that one wreck.
I have not watched the broadcast back yet. Still, it's Saturday. It's not gonna get watched more than likely because it'll upset me. Mark Dillon finishes in 26th. Andy finished in 27th. Vroman 28th. Greg Bradshaw in 29th. Tyler Berger in 30th. I don't know what happened to Tyler. Brian Mitchell in 31st. Kyle Zittel in 32nd. And Leo down in 33rd. I don't know what happened to most of the people that didn't finish the race, but
Brody,
Andy,
I don't remember, when did Brody get wrecked?
When Vroman got wrecked.
So Vroman, Brody, Jan came up into Andy and them. Jan was drafting you and drove straight, and when we reviewed it, we talked about it. He was driving in your draft and never saw the corner. He said, I was driving and I just got in the zone of drafting. And the next thing I know, we were in a corner, and it ran Vroman, Andy, and Brody all up into the wall. So that's what ended their race. I think Greg spun.
I didn't realize Andy was a part of that.
Yeah, he was. He was on the very outside of it, I believe. Or he was behind them and ran into him. Because that was the broke guy collision. All three came together wrecked, and then Andy came right into the back of it with nowhere to go.
That's tough. Yeah, I've been there too. For such a big track, sometimes there's just nowhere to go.
I don't remember what happened with Berger, but then Zittel, of course, had the early spin that immediately hit the pit wall and died.
Yeah.
Zittel's race ended very early.
That in my mirror. I was watching that in my mirror. I was like, oh, shit.
In my opinion, probably the impressive thing in this race was Chad Stearns gets spun by Zittel at like lap 20, kind of like you did at the end. Goes all the way to the inside wall and saves it.
Yeah.
Like it was could have been into the race and then comes back to win the race. It was, I mean, I've been spun a lot. You know what I haven't done? Came back and won the race.
Must be nice.
Our 33rd, dude. Shout out 939 Motorsports and Chad.
Yeah.
And Josh, his wife had a kid earlier that day. And he's like, yeah, I got to come home for the race. I'm like, hey.
That's crazy.
That's awesome. Nuts.
Has a kid, gets a top 5.
Dedication.
Oh, like, hey, I wouldn't have asked my wife for that. It's ballsy, but hey, you're here. You made it. You got a top 5.
Sounds like an actual NASCAR storyline right there. Like, I had a kid today, but I got to get home.
Luke, what happened? Oh, yeah, you were on the same tire strategy as Slosher.
I was on the tire strategy as Slosher. We came in early. We stage played it. So if you look at the stages for this race, me and Slosher finished 1st and 2nd. Paul was 3rd. Andy and Greg got points in that. You were 9th, actually. And Jan right behind you. Y'all had just pitted and started to catch back up.
Yeah, I had good pace.
Points are huge. They are huge. We try to base some of our strategy around them. Like I always want to try to at least get 4 or 5 stage points. Like they really are extremely huge.
Stage points won me a championship last season.
Yeah.
We ran long and then came back out, and then like you said, the caution happened at like 65 and we put the last set on. Yeah. I was in like 18th and started driving, I was in like 12th. And that was when the big wreck happened. Who was it that got Berger? That's what happened to Berger. Oh. Hayden did a crossover, got below him.
Yeah.
And they neck coated just a little bit, and it sent Berger up the track, and that was the top 10. I avoided that wreck. However, Schlosser got clipped right as he got past and comes down directly across pit road entry. And I turned up to avoid him, and my nose just barely clipped him. And we ran 2 laps after that, and I thought the truck was fine. And Paul said that I was slow on the straightaway, and he passed me, and then Josh Jackson passed me, somebody else passed me, and then we actually watched it before this started, but I go, I think, into turn 3, and Matichek's behind me. He's nowhere near me, and my truck just snaps and goes to the grass. Yeah. But what was insane to me was I fixed that 10 seconds of damage at the end of the race and was in 20th, made it to 15th because the truck drove great. I drove like my 4 fastest laps of the race at the very end because damage model.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't know how Matt came back to 10th.
That blew my mind because he hit Burgert. Yeah. So when he hit Burgert, it knocked Burgert down the track. Kevin Sargent had locked it up and was going low. Jordan Jordan was in the very back, and we're like, oh, great, ARCA braking. Jordan just forgot to check up for this wreck. And we go to his in-cam. Jordan's car was damaged. He enters 3 before the wreck and snaps loose. Is drifting through the turn, corrects it just as he sees the wreck. Fishtails the other way, and just barely goes through a gap, clips Kevin Sargent into Burger, and flips Kevin Sargent.
Oh, my.
but Schlosser head-on hit Burger, then got clipped by me in the tail end. He had to have had 2 or 3 minutes of damage. How he got that thing back to 10th is sure force of wheel. That's all I got.
He's on another level right now, honestly.
He really is impressive.
So he for those that don't know, again, if you watch the podcast and you're not actively in Venom, but you watch Venom, thank you. You're weird, but thank you. Matt picked up his first career oval.
I don't know why you do it, but thank you.
Yeah, I don't know why you do it, but thanks. Matt picked up his first career oval win last week at Iowa, which, again, we'll talk about Iowa in a minute. That was a crazy race. We also, no big deal. We said it was coming. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. But, yeah, I don't know. I almost feel like some of those people having fresh tires and the different tire strategies at the end may or may not have led to some of the debauchery that happened at the end of the race.
Oh, yeah.
Because Michigan? You talk about Michigan still?
Yeah. So I'll be honest. Like, I understand defending your track position and stuff, but if you know people have fresh tires, give them room. And I know.
Hey, Zach, are you listening to this man that raced you last week at Iowa? I just want to check.
Make sure. Hey, I had enough speed still. Damn it! I was defending.
Did. We'll talk about that. You did.
We will. I'm just playing.
So I'm like I think I got a really good restart. My first restart on old tires, and I want to say it was Tyler. Tyler like half shaded to the bottom lane, which is fine. You also people on fresh tires, don't drive like fucking jackasses and give yourself, you have to take care of people. There was plenty of laps to get to the front. And if you're going to drive like a dumbass with 2 laps and you wreck the field, I hope you get wrecked too because you deserve it. I've done that to myself and I deserved it. But Tyler like half shaded down into the very bottom lane. He like crossed the first seam in 1 and 2. So I kind of had to wait for him to drift up on the old tires. But like, I trust Tyler. Tyler knows what he's doing for the most part. If he gonna watch this. He is gonna watch this. I'm just talking shit. Tyler knows what he's doing. But some people, you really should not defend people like that at tracks like that on fresh tires. It's just not smart, especially if you have a set of tires laying, unless you want the wreck to happen. Like, there's got to be, there's just got to be some more. I know it's late in the race. Everybody wants to take. There still has to be give and take. Like, you can't just, I know that the wreck was caused by netcode and I still haven't seen it, but I know that like sometimes the game tries to predict where you're going and then that's when netcode ends up happening anyways. So I'll have to watch that back, but
I think something you talked about there.
So many cautions, and I know Steve was frustrated about the first one that happened because I'm not gonna lie, I saw Jan. Obviously, like that's all I could see in my mirror. I knew I had to drive it deep into 3 and 4, or I was gonna die because I was backing up 3 and 4 a little bit. There was people driving it in deeper than me. And I feel like once things got strung out, I was pretty good in 3 and 4, but some people just drive it off in there, and I couldn't do much about that because if I drove it off in there, I was going to bust my ass. So, I mean, it is what it is, but yeah, I saw Jan like super up on me, and I was like, well, I have to slow down at some point, or I'm just not going to make the corner. And then I saw him shoot up the track and take out Steve and Andy and a whole bunch of other people. And it's just like, man, like I understand being aggressive, like trying to stay close and tucked up and trying to take the air off of people, which he did for like 3 or 4 laps after the next restart. But like, man, it's just, like I understand it all, but sometimes you just kind of have to like chill out a little bit and let it settle out just a touch. And then, I ended up dying. Again, I understand what he was trying to do. Shit happens. It is what it is. I'm just upset that I didn't save it because it was just kind of weird spot. Like we were on to the backstretch and I got hooked, and I just kind of was like, I was pretty much up to speed at that point. Not going down the backstretch. There's not many people that are going to be able to save it at that point. As tried, but whatever.
I think there was something you talked about with racecraft though, there with new tires and old tires, and how it's really hard to go back out after you've been running, say, and I'm not saying anyone in particular. I started in 20th, but when you've been running from 10th to 20th, and you get fresh tires and you come back out and start trying to carve through the field, it is extremely difficult to manage that. When me and Saucer stayed out, Drano had just come out on fresh ones, and he was a whole corner behind me. And you don't think about that, but like I'm Exton too, and he apologized in the race. He didn't do anything wrong. He just slid up on exit of 2, but he was so much faster mid corner that he caught me door to door by the time we were exited.
Yeah,
I had an incident like that at Rockingham, like my second season in the league. Like you don't see those guys, but when you have those fresh tires, meshing with people who have older tires is a skill that people don't appreciate enough.
Traffic management is tough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it got me in trouble literally last season. Like, just going too hard, and a lot of it is you're trying to guess where people are, and you have to put a lot of trust in the people on old tires that they're gonna stay where they are, and that's what happened with me and Gary. Me and Gary had a little misunderstanding. I tried to go to the middle because I thought he was gonna stay to the bottom. He thought I wanted the bottom. Ended up wrecked. Shit happens. Like that's gonna happen. But like restarts, especially with fresh tires, man, you have to be. You can be aggressive. Like I don't want to just say like, oh, don't be aggressive, because I'm gonna go be aggressive. I know I am. Like, and I was. Me and Garrett talked about it, and I told him like straight up. He's like, I got put 3 wide. It was him, Hayden, and somebody else. He's like, I'm surprised we didn't all die. And I'm like, well, sorry. He goes, why the hell are you saying sorry? And I go, because I'd have done the same fucking thing if I'd have got a good restart. Like at that point, it's go time. You still have to have like, you have to, I call it cautiously aggressive or aggressively cautious or whatever, however you want to say it. You have to go, but you got to take care of people. You can't just fucking throw it in there 6 wide, which we did, by the way. It looked awesome. With 2 laps to go, sure, yeah, whatever. You can do whatever you want. But when there's like 10 laps to go, don't be dumb. If you have an advantage, don't be dumb. Kind of common sense, I don't know.
It's a hard spot to be in because.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You're
right.
It's a hard spot to be in, and I know at least for me, I always value trying to be on the offensive, like on the fresher tires, like driving defensively, like. It's a difficult thing, especially on a track like that, when everyone's coming and you're going 5 wide and all that stuff. So I'm like, I want to put myself in position to be on the offensive. That's just how I kind of like to try to roll.
Right.
I have a question about that though, because you podiumed. How do you feel you ran that race pit strategy wise to where you were, or not just pit strategy wise, but how you ran the race? Do you feel like you saved and that put you in that position at the end? Or do you think that the track just favors how you like to drive, or you just happen to line up when you wanted to? Because it felt like you were fast all night long to me, but I was also all through the pack. I was a comer and goer all race, so I got to see everybody.
Luke went on an adventure.
I did. I started 20th, went to 2nd, went back to like 30th, came back to the top 5, and then finished like 15th. So I was everywhere. I got to see everybody.
Yeah, no, I didn't see everyone. I feel like I started 15th, didn't qualify well, which is something I'm trying to get better at. Because like starting 15th there, like I felt like I should have started way higher. But Luke, I think what did you say you qualified 20th? Like you probably should have been starting.
My 2nd lap didn't get counted.
Yeah.
Oh,
I literally timed out as I crossed the line, or I'd have started 12th, and it really, really ticked me off. But that was my own fault for not getting my 2nd lap in time.
Yeah, my 2nd lap, you could floor it all the way around 3 and 4, but I don't know if the angle I took into 3 and 4 or something, I got a little bit loose and shaved off a bunch of time, but like the last 10 minutes of practice, I was practicing that, and then I was so mad that I messed that up. But we had a good restart off the very start, and I think I got in the top 10 within the first like 3 or 4 laps. But yeah, pit strategy, I think I took a pretty conservative approach. I mean, I like where you and Matt's head were going in early, because like whenever you're in doubt, I feel like in Venom, I always count on the long run. Like if you're like that could have been a really good strategy if we didn't get a bunch of those cautions, which is a rare thing, I feel like. But no, my first run I didn't feel that good on. I started to get super, super loose towards the end of the run and fall off. But when the track started to cool down, I started to get a little bit better, and then was able to just maintain that 5, 6, 7 position. And then that incident with Hayden and Chad really helped me out at the end. Like I think I would have finished like 5th or 6th if that didn't happen. So that's not kind of how I got up to the podium spot. At least I had top 10 speed, 5, 6, 7 speed, but obviously that incident really helped out.
Yeah, that was a hell of a move. I didn't see it.
Put yourself in the right position.
Yeah, I didn't see it till just before we started recording. Luke's like, "Yeah, let's look at some stuff," and that move was sick.
It was dope.
That's what
wide top at the top, baby.
That's what I love. Yeah. That's what I would have done. That's where I'm going.
Yeah,
it's like it was very uncharacteristic for me on the restart. I restarted in the inside lane. I went all the way to the bottom. I wrapped the bottom completely, both ends of the track, and holy shit, there was so much grip there in 3 and 4. Yep. Like if I could,
and I should have done that.
If I could, I wish I'd have known that earlier and could have practiced it earlier. Because like I feel like, I might not have got wrecked had I been down there, but if that caution doesn't come out between Hayden and Berger net coding together, I'm probably leading coming off of 3 and 4. That's like how insane it was. Fresh tires versus even the older tires and them just being up a groove. Like I either would have been leading or would have been really fucking close to leading. If that caution don't come out, just because it bit so well on the bottom, which blew my mind.
Oh, yeah.
And Chad was even saying that to me. Like, hey, there's a ton of grip on the bottom of 3 and 4, and then literally when I pushed him out, so after the Chad and Hayden incident, I come up behind Chad, I give him a big push down the front stretch, follow him right into 1 and 2 in the bottom, and then down the bottom in 3 and 4, and then the final lap, for whatever reason in 3 and 4, I tried to go on the outside and lost a ton of speed there, and then Paul ended up getting me for second. So it's just like, I don't know, I didn't like panic, but I was like, I'm just going to try to send it on the outside. And then if you go back and watch the broadcast on that very last turn, I lose a ton of time and end up getting beat for second.
I think Michigan is one of those tracks. Like, I think Vegas, you look for clean air. John talked about it a lot in my race in the Truck 200 race, about just looking for clean air. And at those tracks, that clean air gives you runs. Michigan, for me, and all the practice I did, and sorry, Zach, we didn't talk about it. I practice a stupid amount because I'm not talented at all. I'm not that guy who buys the track and comes in. I put out about 500 laps a week because I'm dumb. But what I learned was the outside and middle were good for a little bit of a run, but not like a normal track where you could find clean air. As long as that guy could make it stick to the bottom, he's going to outrun you. And I'm kind of curious. I don't know if it was the track state or the way the wind was working, but there was something to the fact that the middle and top weren't getting the runs that you would normally think clean air would provide.
See, I
never look at the wind and stuff. Like I always look at track temp. I never think to look at winds. And I hear like me and Tommy talk about it on the broad. Oh, there's a wind in the backstrap. And I'm like, oh shit, I should look at the wind and like get as much out of that as I can.
If you practice and you notice the wind's going one way, sometimes so I had 2 different practices where it was like southwest and then northeast. Southwest, it would bury you into turn 1 and it would grip like no get out, but then you get in 3 and 4 and you get loose like you were talking about. And then when it swapped the other way, 1 and 2 was loose. And then 3 and 4 would grip because the wind was pushing you down into the track. So funny enough, when we loaded into session, 1 and 2 was more loose, or 3 and 4 was loose, like you said on your qualifying. And Brody said, the wind shifted. 3 and 4 is going to be a hair bit looser than it normally is. Be ready for that. So
interesting.
Wind is really interesting with how it forces the car into turns. And that's just if it's angling you into the turn. Not every other way it can be. So
I feel like this is Oh, sorry, Zach. Go ahead.
just real quick. I was gonna say it's interesting you say that you put in that much practice, and that's something I've tried to start doing more this year. Like I try to show up every Monday night to the practices, and I even said on the broadcast, like I have gone back sometimes and watched previous seasons races there, just like the Kansas one I watched from season 7, the last race there, just to see when people. I know the truck model was different and whatever then. I think that was before the package update, but just to see when people started losing grip and migrating up to the top and like, who was fast. Like I think Steve Roman won that year with a really weird strategy.
He did. It wasn't a weird strategy.
Beat the shit out of everybody.
Zach went and watched my failure, so I was leading it halfway. Me and John and him come out 1, 2, 3 because Nathan broke. That was the big storyline of that race. Was it was the championship race and Nathan's game broke.
Nathan's pit crew broke. Yeah,
wouldn't change tires. Refused. Like he came into pit, wouldn't change tires. I was in second, running Steve down, got to his bumper, and instead, kind of like you were talking about, I didn't take the move inside. We had run the top after about 10 laps all night long, and I hate the top. I'm a bottom feeder kind of guy. And, yeah, I know, John. So instead of going to his inside, I decided I'd stay in line with him another lap because I pulled into like a 10th. I drove straight into the wall. Had to back it up, tried to run him back down, ran into the wall again. Then me and John ended up fighting for second and third while Steve just scampered off away and won the race. Stupid honey man.
He was fast.
he was fast, man. He was bad fast.
He had my ass covered. I was cool.
He was good, man. Yeah. He was good.
But where I wanted to finish that with real quick was I get pissed at like Josh, my teammate, Josh Freed. He'll show up at 8:10. Run one lap, like shit, okay, right now time, and then he'll out-qualify me, and I'm like, dude, I just spent the last 30 minutes trying to get this down, and he just like, I'm like, God, you guys are just don't have to practice, you just show up and do that shit. I'm like, you don't know how much work I was putting. Like, I put in an hour and a half on Monday, and then I was here the whole practice on Tuesday. Like,
yep,
yeah,
I get it.
Nathan was that way too.
I'm in my life with John K.
Nathan's run. What the fuck are you talking about? I can't out-qualify.
Yeah, but how many laps did you put in last week in Michigan?
Not too many. I
put 448 and finished 15th.
I probably put in 130 Monday night.
You probably had 100 laps. So John does a quarter of the work and is just better than me. That's what
I've also raced there a lot too.
You have. There are other factors.
Yeah, that's the thing that caught me off guard is usually below that first seam is no good. Like, running the yellow line is no good at Michigan. And it was the same thing at Iowa. Usually, 3 and 4 always migrates to the top. And
exactly.
Below the ripping the yellow line at Michigan is no good. So I was shocked when it was good in 3 and 4. Because it wasn't shit in 1 and 2. I was running the first seam in 1 and 2, and I was getting really good runs. I don't know about anybody else, but, like, 1 and 2... that first seam, even up a little bit closer to the second seam, just hauling ass. But yeah, 3 and 4, I watched Brody do it. Brody friggin' drives in like 5 truck lengths deeper, wraps the yellow line, drives away, and I'm like, what in the fuck? So I'm like watching him do it. I pushed him. It was after green flag pit stops because I pushed him. I just pushed him. I was like, I can't beat you. Like, I'm just gonna push you. You'll kick my ass on the long run. If there's caution later, I'll try again. But I just watched him, and I was like, are you drag brake? Like, I was trying different shit, and I'm like, I'm still losing time to him. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, that's crazy. I've never, and I went down there a couple times, and I was like, why is it so grippy? And like, I was like, man, it's just like last week. Like, I just found it too late, Yeah. And then I just didn't use it at all. Yeah. Late race restart, which was dumb of me, but it is what it is. But yeah, the ending in Michigan was nuts. That was crazy. It's still not as crazy as season 5. The season 5 where they all wrecked each other. They wrecked the front like 6 wrecked the shit out of each other, and Chad ended up winning that one too.
That was season 5 because I was like a lap down because me and Jeremy had both sped on pit road. So I was just cruising along in the back. Season 5 was my rookie season, and the whole field just stacks it up. And I'm like, I could have benefited from this if I could have got a lap back.
Yeah, that was insane. But yeah, so going back a week since we talked about it real quick, and then we have questions from the crowd. Iowa, Matt Schlosser picks up his first win. Really, the thing I want to talk about is the end of the race. Me, Zach, and Josh Matacek, like, so the same thing that happened to Brody at Michigan this week happened to me last week at Iowa. I didn't know what to do. It was a weird spot. There was only like 20 laps on our tires or something like that. Yep. That caution comes out, and I'm like, shit, I don't know what to do because I only have one set left, and I'd rather have a set for the end of the race at this point. I'm like, yeah, surely not everybody's gonna pit. Every fucking person pit.
Yes, we did.
Motherfucker. Yeah. So I get a good restart, and then the caution comes out, and I'm like, okay, well, if the tires cool off enough, I might be able to hang with Matt. Like, I think I started to learn something. I started to hold him off.
It was Freed that wrecked too. Me and Josh was up there, and Chad, and all of us were. So we were like, "Oh, John's a sitting duck," and then Freed just drove it in too hard or whatever. So I felt bad for him.
Around. Yeah, I don't remember what brought out the caution.
I was actually checking the penalty report.
I hadn't pit yet. I got kind of lucky, but I found something after that caution came out, and I got to restart up front. And yeah, only put like 20 laps on the tires. But I was like, okay, I actually think I can hold Matt off. Like, I made one little mistake. He made up like 0.2, but we were just holding. And I was like, if we get longer to this run and he starts to catch me, I can play a little defense. But yeah, that caution comes out, totally kills that plan. And I'm like, well, on the bright side, I have found something. The only downside is every motherfucker in this field has pit. I'm pretty sure somebody could have came out of the crowd and beat me at that point. And they're all fucking fake AI. Whatever, but NPCs. But yeah, Josh brings out that caution, and then I managed to hold Matt off for like a lap and a half, and it was over after that. My tires were just like, they were cooler, but as soon as they warmed up, it was over. Matt got by me, Hayden got by me, Chad. I tried to hold Chad off because Luke was in front of him. I tried to hold Chad off a little bit. Couldn't do it after letting Luke by. Because I was like, if I can hold somebody off, maybe everything will come back to me. And then that's what ends up happening. I think it was you were in front of Josh. And you started coming at me first. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm sticking this bitch to the bottom. I don't care what happens. I was like, I'm not letting any more people pass me. Because if I let him pass me, I will lose my... Not because it's you, but because I was like, I need a top 5. Like, I'm fast enough to get in the top 5. I'm going to lose my fucking mind if, because of pit strategy, I fall any further back again. And so I held it like a damn bulldog, dude. And I was like, I thought you were going to get me at one point. I think you got to my door in 3 and 4. I'm pretty sure you got like to my door, and I was like, it's fucking over. And then I don't know what happened, and I just ended up in front of you again. I was like, oh my God.
I did clear you guys. I was in 5th at one point. I think it was on the outside of 3 and 4. So I loved it. I love the outside of 3 and 4 in Iowa. And then immediately in 1 and 2, I made a mistake, and then you passed me.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was in 5th, like, all right, nice. We're gonna get top 5, and then immediately you passed me, and then I just didn't find anything else, and Modicek got by me too. It was a hell of a battle. Yeah. It really. I was impressed too. I mean, that's just like something a short track. I just need to get better at being more confident with like sending a slider or sticking it to the bottom and just getting right on the gas. And like, if you get a little loose, like save it, make it work.
Yeah. You got to just drive out of it. Yeah. Yeah. That was what pumped me up because I'm a slider guy. I like throwing sliders. Yeah. And I'll throw one on anybody. I don't give a fuck. So I know you and Josh are behind me. We come out of 3 and 4. I got a pretty crap run. I think there might've been a lapped car or something. I'm trying to remember why, but I did not get a very good run out of 3 and 4. And I see Josh in my mirror, and I literally see him shade like half a truck, and I'm like, oh hell no, you don't! I drove that thing. I entered on the bottom, on the yellow line in the 1 and 2. I was like, you are not sliding me. Like, I'm not letting that happen. And yeah, we came out of it okay. We leaned on each other a little bit. It was fucking awesome. But yeah, I had so much fun.
Watching it back was fun. Yeah.
I need to. I got more busy this past couple of weeks than I thought I was going to, but I should do that for a little bit because I was like I haven't had that much fun in a while because usually you just get swamped on old tires, but I guess it had cooled off enough that it didn't matter too much. That was like that might be
the key to Iowa was Slosser though. Slosser was just on another level. I mean, we've talked about it being on another level, but if you look at the fastest laps of that race, he ran a 23 flat, and the rest of us were mostly, other than Chad Stearns, ran a 2.17 or 0.3s. I had a 0.342. You ran a 0.4 was your fastest. Zach's fastest was a 0.314. Like, we all, Slosser just had it. And him and Brody at the beginning had a really good fight. I was in third behind him. If that race had went long and we had not had 8 cautions, I'd have been great. Because I got to third and those two just drove away. And I was like, well, this is where we live now. We're just going to turn laps and hope nothing happens.
Yeah, and he won the Truck 200 race there, too. Like,
he
just gets it. He just gets it. So, shout out to
he drove past some people there, too. He had to come back from, like, third to win that one. But the way the cautions fell, it didn't really affect strategy terribly. The one thing happened to John on the tires. Brody got wrecked, though, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what took our
11 laps.
Or he got a black flag or something. He got a weird flag because he was talking about it. But once Slosser got clear of you and took off, you let me by, and Hayden and Stearns drove away from me. But the blanket for you guys was like 0.7 of a second. You and Matichek all finished within like less than a second of each other, driving fast, it was a fun battle to watch. I watched the broadcast the morning after most of the time on the way to, or listen to them on the way to work. And that was the most compelling battle on the track, hands down.
I don't know how I did it, honestly. Like, I don't know if it was because I was
upset. You're killing it.
I was so mad. I was like, God dang it. Like, not again, bro. That's the one thing that kills me, like, constantly kills me is fucking strategy, dude. Like, I can never, if I get it right, like, I get it right, it's pretty good. But, like, man, it's like flipping a damn coin. I might just keep a coin here, and I'm going to start flipping it at the end of the races. Am I going to pit or not? See what happens. But that leads us to the bracket. Zach moved on against Hayden. So clap it up for Mr. Lockett. You're going to take on our boss. So now I'm going to boo you. It's going to be Zach Lockett versus Garrett Rainey. And then Brody Gunter, Lucky, versus Cole Maxwell. Brody had speed. Brody would have kicked my ass. I'm going to say that too. Brody had me covered.
Quick.
Brody had me covered.
If he hadn't gotten in trouble, he was quick.
Yeah, and then he got caught up in that mess. Again, kind of I feel kind of bad. I feel kind of like I hung him out by not saying I was going to pit regardless of what he did until after I pit, but I don't think that, I'm not sure if that would have changed his mind or not on pitting.
Yeah.
But, it came back around. And Brody ends up moving on. Sucks for me, but whatever.
No, it sucks for Cole because both of you are good at road courses.
Well, yeah, it does.
Poor Cole is going to have to drive the greatest race of his life at Daytona and hope something happens.
I will admit, out of the two of us, the one that is more likely to self-destruct and ruin his race is Brody, unfortunately. Like, I don't know.
He has been known at road courses because he's so good at road courses and other cars to overdrive the truck.
He'll take like one bad risk and that's all it takes and it bites him in the ass. So I hope he doesn't do that this week because he is my teammate now. So I'm going to root for him. But Cole's not out of it.
No, not by any means.
And I mean, and it could even be something that Brody doesn't do. It could be something completely not of his own volition. Whatever.
He's probably going to be driving around people tightly, is what I'm going to say. Yeah. Brody will probably be in a group that's fighting for the front. So
you talk about just even being consistent, or not taking that chance, like you said, Brody might do. Like that's probably why I didn't throw a slider on you. Like in that moment, at Iowa, in that moment, I'm like, if I lose a couple spots, it's okay, but finishing 7th is better than wrecking and finishing 19th because I tried to get aggressive and stacking pennies, man. I just want to keep finishing in the top 10, but eventually it's okay, now you want to keep getting top 5s. Okay, now keep getting podium. Okay, now you want to win. So I always value I want to be aggressive and get as many spots as I can, but just valuing top 10, 7th, 6th, whatever, just finishing it out.
Finishing.
Yeah. Finishing's huge.
Yeah. It is.
Moving on to the points. It is going to be Matt Schlosser taking over the points lead. No, keeping the points lead. My bad. Took it over last week after his win. Yep. Went up 3 spots.
Top 3 didn't change.
Yeah, it's still pretty tight. Chad in second is 4 points back. Hayden is 19 points back in third. Zach's up to fourth place, 20 points back. And then Luke is right there also.
1 point behind Zach.
1 point behind Zach.
1 point behind Hayden.
And then there's me, who is down to sixth place, 38 points back of the lead. Josh Freed's 40 points back of the lead in seventh. Brantley Gainey is in 8th place, 57 points back of the lead. Jan Van Leer is in 9th. He actually gained a spot going up to 9th. He's 65 points behind the leader. And Kyle Zittel right now holds the 10th spot in the chase, 70 points back of the leader. Josh Matichek, first man out, 6 points back. Andy is in 12th.
14 back of Zittel.
14 back of Zittel. So I am, and Brody's out of the playoffs, or out of the chase right now too. 89 points back of the leader, 19 back of Zittel. So, and Brody did miss a race. Brody gets the provisional, which I think is being counted right now. So he's still.
Brody's going to have to. I mean,
know how that
knowing
works.
Brody, he'll be fine, but he'll be there. I mean, you look outside of that, you got Brody sitting right there. Austin, who's been extremely consistent, sitting in 16th. Rodney, Jeremy is currently out of the playoffs because he's had to miss 2 races.
Yeah, but I think Jeremy's work schedule is so crazy right now that he's probably
it's really hurting him.
Yeah.
Roman, same way in 21st right now, has had consistency all year long. There's a ton of people who are currently sitting outside of the playoffs that have had either a rough season start, man. Broke guy has had a hell of a season. They don't have anybody in the top 10. Or that's ICR. They have nobody in the top 10.
Yeah. Andy's had
a tough start. But even looking at the points right now, like, you have a win, John. You have 42 stage points as well. Like that, like those have been helping you out a lot. Just because, like, what did you wrecked that last week, and then you wrecked somewhere else earlier in the year too? I think
Vegas.
Yeah,
Vegas.
Not
those stage points to help you get right back up. Yeah,
that was something me and John talked about earlier this week. Is we're first and second in stage points this season because I wrecked out at Kansas and Daytona.
And look at that.
No, you didn't wreck at
I see a
Daytona.
win.
Oh yeah, well I spun on pit road.
Yeah, so did I.
But yeah, so I mean.
No, you're good. I'm just looking down at top 6. All you guys. Let's see a win. 0 wins from me.
Yeah.
And then a win.
Hey, dude,
I'm like, dude, I gotta get one.
It's coming.
In fairness, my win. That's my first win, right? Like I've been top 5 in points for the last 2 seasons. No wins. I'm sitting around all these guys who are like 3 wins, 2 wins, 5 wins, and I'm like, I'm here. I have 7 top 10s.
Yeah, right.
I think the thing that's interesting is how much parity there is. We've run 7 races, and we have 7 different winners. Nobody's repeated yet.
That's true.
Who's going to be the first one to repeat?
Probably I tried. If Jeremy had given me 3 tenths, I would have had Auto Club. Dang it.
Probably Brody at this point going to.
Yeah, that's true.
Luke, we didn't talk about too at Auto Club pushing you. That was great.
That was amazing. I didn't even think about it at the time. I was just fully focused on the fact that I knew we had to run down Jeremy. And when I went back and watched the broadcast, they were like, yeah, Zach gets in line and goes. And I'm like, at the time, that's not registering to me. But that honestly, and what makes me sad is if I had noticed it earlier, or if I could have talked to you, I would have stayed with you when we made that last pass around, I think it was one of the lap cars, maybe. But I pulled back up in front, and I probably would have stayed in your draft so we could have pulled him, and I think we might have caught Jeremy.
Yeah,
but it was, I mean, the most teamliest thing anybody has ever done for me that wasn't on my team. It was amazing.
You were just taking a low entry into, I think, 1 and 2, and I just ran high thought on both turns. So like you would come up in front of me, and I'd have the momentum, and then I would just push you, and we would just go. It was perfect. The lines we were running.
It was great.
Very complimentary.
I had fun. It was a cool podium finish, and I mean, like I said, we got to really close to Jeremy. We were 3 tenths back on that last lap, and I think one more lap we probably would have caught him.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, then it's Jeremy. That's a hell of a guy driving that truck too. So there's a reason he won.
He's stupid good at Auto Club. don't get that place. Like, I thought I understood it. I don't understand shit.
You just keep not understanding it. Me and Zach need to win some races, buddy.
Understand that.
That was the only track in season 7 I had a top 10 at in my rookie season, so I just always understood it.
I thought I ran some officials and I thought I got it. No fucking.
I got to race against John's favorite driver there and almost beat him.
Who?
I have a video on YouTube of me racing Hocevar. Hocevar was in my auto club like a season ago, and I had just passed him and a caution came out, and then he whipped my ass on the restart. Just blew my doors off.
That sounds
because he's very aggressive, and I was like, nope, I ain't doing that.
That's where, I mean, I think that's one of the fun things. I know it's not fun to race against them in open,
it's like so cool,
in officials, but like watching them restart is fucking insane.
Yeah.
So one of the questions posed for us this week, and actually it was from this guy down here, Zach, is one that asked it. Season projection list of who we think would be in the chase. I honestly, the 10 we got now, it's pretty good. I don't really. I mean, you could swap anybody. I'd say anybody 14th and up. As much as I love Garrett, I think Garrett could be in the chase. Garrett's luck.
He doesn't get wrecked.
It's so bad that, like, you know, I would say everybody from Tyler Logan up for 14th to 1st could be in the chase. Like, honestly, I think there's
the way the season's gone. I could see Jeremy and Brody easily jumping right back up into the top 10, not because anybody else slips, but I think those two guys are guys that have just. Brody's had some bad luck. Jeremy hasn't raced.
Yeah,
that have when they have been able to finish, got really good finishes. I think after that, I think Garrett, some of us in the top 10 could slip, and people will pull right up into the top 10. That's how it always works.
Yeah, with how good Garrett's been lately, I mean, I say that, you know, Tyler Logan and up, Garrett's 15th. Garrett very easily could make the chase. Garrett has the skill to make the chase. Like, that's not a question. I'm just going off of prior how bad his luck is.
But I mean, you look at the gap. I mean, still, like, Garrett's 100 points out of the lead, but 10th place is 50 points. So he's 50. Yeah. He's 50-ish back from. Is it 30?
Yeah, 31. Yeah.
I think it's going to be really close, and I think what's unfortunate is it might come down to like making all the races. Like, someone's going to be quicker or have better finishes, but they're going to like Jeremy misses a couple races, and he might not make it because of that. And, like, you know, life happens. It's whatever, but it's just. It's that tight right now. And you know what's underrated too is Brantley. Brantley Gainey has 1 stage point and 2 bonus points. He's just consistently right there. Yeah.
Finishes the race where he needs to finish.
Yeah.
I wish I had that ability. I just want to finish races because, like, so here's where I'm sitting. I'm 6th in points right now. I very easily season 7, literally, I've fucking wrecked so much. I don't think I finished a race until Nashville Super Speedway in season 7. Like, very easily, I could something like that could happen where I could just not finish a bunch of races and I could get knocked out of the chase.
True.
You know, shit like that can happen. It's so hard to predict, but, like, I mean, like, Vroman could go on a freaking tear.
Yeah.
Obviously, you guys talked about Jeremy. Garrett could be one. It's so hard to predict, honestly. Like,
there are two things. First off, he talked about consistency. He didn't bring up himself. There are 3 drivers who have 6 top 10s. That would be Matt Slosser, Chad Stearns, and Zach.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that kind of consistency will keep you where you need to, within striking range when it comes time. It is absolutely what you have to do in this league to be that close.
I think the epitome of that was for me at Kern. Like, I was not a factor at Kern. I was in like 15th all race. I missed all the cautions, and then eventually was just like there in 6th. Like, I had no business being in 6th, but like, when you stay out of your mess, you let people by when you need to, like, and you're there, you get a 6th place, you're like, fuck, I'll take that. Like, I did not deserve to be here, but it's another top 10. It's another, you know, good finish. Just keep stacking them.
You just reminded me why I'm still mad at Chad this season. Him and Andy got together, and I was on the outside. And what was worse about that is I record all our races. Sometimes they make it to YouTube, sometimes they don't, but I have my own view. And I know because I was looking at it. If you watch my eyes on camera, I look in my review, see Chad go low 3 wide at Kern, and I'm like, this ain't going to end well. Maybe I'll just stay in the throttle and it'll be fine. And the next thing I know, I am turned completely sideways on the backstretch of Kern, coming down in front of, I think, Modicek. But like that ability to like choose your battles and pick where you need to be on track at that time is really smart and underrated. But the other thing I was thinking of is average rating. When you go to our sim racing hub, average rating will tell you how good those people are who haven't got to come to all the races. Jeremy's a 103, and the only other person who's a 103 this season is Schlosser. Mm-hmm. So based on how much he's actually ran, exactly, you're a 93. I'm a 94. Like me and you are dead together. John's probably a little higher. Yep, 97. So John just hasn't got the finishes. So it's really neat to go look at those average ratings. And like Zittle's a 91, which means he's probably qualified well. He's probably ran well, but he hasn't quite got the finishes that say Jan or Brantley, who are in the mid 80s, have got. But they've got those finishes, which is what's keeping them in front. So I've always really liked average rating. Last season, I had a terrible start to the season. I think I got wrecked 4 or 5 times, but I kept I would get really mad and upset and frustrated. Then I'd look at that rating and be like, hey, I'm rated as good as people who are in the top 5. This will balance. Just try to be consistent.
Yeah, I say that about like going back to season 7, because that's what I was pissed about when they were like, oh yeah, we're doing a chase. Like, well, that's dumb. Like, I probably would have missed it in season 7. But like, as bad as that season was, I think I still, by time chase time would have rolled around, I think I was like 9th or 10th in points, and I still ended up. And I mean, still through like a season-long points thing, I ended up 3rd in points. So like, I don't know. Yeah. I like I guess I like the chase. You know, it's pretty nice. It's fun. It's interesting.
I think it gives people who are in that middle range, that 10 to 15 or 20 range, be like something to strive for.
Right.
You know, like I think this league could even expand to a 12-car chase and be like everyone in top 12 would be very deserving.
Yeah.
But I think the 10 keeps it really competitive. So that's cool.
I like 10. I think it's interesting. I don't know. I was not a fan of the changes we were making at first, but they've kind of grown on me. I'm not too hateful of them now. They still take some getting used to, and I forget they exist half the time, like stage points. But you know, it's fine. So
there's one change in my head I got to bring up that I think this league should implement, and it's starting in the restart zone. And the Geico, so we stop stacking up on the restarts and everyone wrecks. That's what's causing that.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's people trying to, certain people.
You don't want to call names? You want me to call names?
I pointed at myself, damn it. It's people. It's people like me. I have caused a checkup or 2 in my time. Daytona usually. It's usually Daytona trying to get a good restart. But I mean, I don't think making us restart in the restart zone would do that, because that's just more waiting. That's more time to build up, and then you can see the leaders in the restart zone from far enough back in the pack. Especially if you're like on the inside lane, you can see the leaders in the restart, and you can start to try and anticipate it. So I mean, like in reality, like that's probably a change that'll end up being made, which sucks because I feel like that's going to hand out a bunch of black flags that don't really need to be handed out. Because, like, I was trying to keep pace with the leader one time starting 2nd, and I got a black flag for nothing. Like, technically it was, like, not maintaining caution car speed or whatever, but I don't know. Like, most people do restart in the restart zone.
I think for me personally, the big problem is spacing. Yeah. I think a lot after about the top 10, people spread, and stuff happens throughout the field. One of our stack-ups this week, Brantley disconnected, swerved to the bottom of the track. The car behind him checks to let him back in. The guy behind him checks. You go to the in-car camera, the guy that's 4 rows back from that, he sees Brantley weave out, and suddenly his whole line stops.
Yeah.
And he's confused why everybody stopped just because Brantley's come off. I think the big thing for me would be, and I think it's why it tends to work in most officials that I've been in, restarts go okay. And it's because those guys tuck up to each other's bumper, and even if you get a check, you tap the guy. And what we learned this week is our biggest problems with restarts were brakes. Guys who would see the guy in front of them and instead of just barely bumping the guy in front of you would slam on brakes. And then the whole back of the field, like Austin Hollifield got murdered this week by Jordan Journeau, but Journeau didn't know why. Journeau's in the back of the field and they had spaced way far apart, and he goes to catch up to Austin right as someone in front of him pulls down, and someone in front of Austin slams their brakes, and it just ends up getting him turned. And I think there's definitely a conversation to be made about the restart zone, but there is a huge point of, if you run into me on a restart, I'm not mad. Like, you can hit me. It's okay. As long as you don't dent, it's going to hurt you worse probably if you dent anything. Because you're going to take front end damage. But for the most part, if you tap me, it's a whole lot better than going from 80 miles an hour to, I'm going to slam it to 45 so I don't hit this guy in front of me. Because the guy behind you is not prepared for that. Letting out of your throttle a little brake, not slamming the brake to stop on a restart.
I'd almost rather pull out of line. Like, you might get a penalty, but there's also a chance that they'll see that. I mean, Josh Freed got a penalty.
I do the restarts. I don't penalize people who are avoiding contact. Yeah,
Josh Freed got a penalty for moving out of line on a restart, but I think he, like, advanced position also.
He did.
But, like, I know there's been plenty of times where I've pulled out of line. I don't want to get hit. I don't like hitting people. I will if I have to, but like, I've done it like before it was a rule even, and I'm like, because there are times where they just stack up in front of you, and like Jordan Journeau, you don't see it happen, and nobody's like, hey, we're checking up on the bottom, like blah 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 blah. There's no time to get it out. Everybody's just stopped, and you move out of line. You save yourself from, like, especially when this truck model came out, the damage model was ass, and if you hit somebody on a fucking checkup and a restart, you're likely to blow up.
You were done. Yeah,
or you were just cooked. So I don't think the restart zone, I think it might help a little bit, but honestly, I think a lot of it is people getting bunched up too quickly or trying to jump the restart from like 20th. I know that was a problem when Miglin was in the league, because he would try and do that, and he'd run through the back of people. Just calling it how I see it. But yeah, on to the questions. How many ducks to pin an elephant? I don't know.
How many ducks does it take to pin an elephant?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means either. 2 million.
Couple thousand.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it takes at least 6 chicken-sized ducks from Family Guy to pin a baby elephant.
I don't know what the fuck any of that.
That's my answer.
Moving on.
Don't worry about it.
Moving on. I think Zach might ask this one too. If you could have any NASCAR driver come run a Venom Truck Series race with us, who would it be and what track? That wasn't you? I thought that was you.
No.
Somebody.
No, I think it was Journeau.
Oh,
Josh.
I was gonna say, is somebody you and somebody have very similar profile pictures, and I got them mixed up. Because I was like, I think he has like 2 of these. I love this. Oh yeah, Josh did ask this one, because Josh asked another one, and I was like, that'll get me in trouble. Probably. I think.
All right, Zach, who you want to race against?
So is it current NASCAR driver, or can it be someone who's alive but retired?
See, that's my question, because this is an easy answer for me. They already do it.
Easy.
Dale Jr. Go both then. Go both then.
Jr.
It's Dale Jr. at Daytona. Yeah. It's Dale Jr. at Daytona.
Yeah. I said Dago, but yeah. Dale Jr.
Right,
at
so
Dago.
If you guys had to take a current driver in one of the series, who would you take?
Hocevar. Easy.
I knew you would pick Hocevar.
Hocevar at a plate
track. While Zach thinks about it, I'm obviously going to take Mark Martin at a short track for my retired guy. I think that would be cool to see how he ran the sim, because it's not something he knows. I think it'd be really interesting to bring him in at a short track.
We know he knows how to use a computer, so what's saying he doesn't know how to sim race?
Oh, he may.
He's bumping.
From a guy
bumping Migos running those 87 fucking T-Birds at Wilkesboro or some shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
But if I were going to
for some reason, I just think Kyle Busch, just because he's like one of the most.
I think that would be a cool truck decision. I think KFD in a truck would be really neat.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Let's see. If I'm looking at the truck series right now, because I don't want to bring a NASCAR driver down, I think it would probably be fun. I don't. I mean, personally, Hocevar was big in the trucks. I'd like to have a current truck driver, because for me, because I'm stupidly competitive, I want to see how much they beat us by. I'm just curious. I want to see how much in a official race they beat us by. So I'd probably bring like an Ekis, or actually, I'd probably like to see Grant Enfinger. I think Grant would be really cool, and I think he'd probably kick our ass most likely.
Oh yeah,
because he's Grant Enfinger. Yeah. But I think it'd be really neat to have a guy who's kind of chill like that come in and see what he does and how he does it.
It'd be cool to see William Byron. I know he's in the Cup Series.
Willie B, baby.
You know, was an iRacer.
Why would you want to race with a wet towel? No personality. There's that. Come on.
I want Timmy Hill or Ty Majeski. Damn it. Ty Majeski.
Dude. Let's bring Ty Majeski in and go race the Milwaukee Mile and see if he laps the whole field.
No thanks. No, I think that'd be cool. If I got to be teammates with him, like a Cup guy or like any NASCAR driver, it'd definitely be Hocevar, though. I would want him pushing me at a plate track. That'd be sick.
There you go, guys. Tag this video. NASCAR, we need to do an overlap where pro drivers come race with amateurs. There you go. And have
that was one of my first memories. First memories of iRacing was during COVID, watching Timmy Hill do super good on his Logitech on the desk.
Yep,
that's amazing.
Like, shit.
That's what makes me laugh. Like I want like a setup like you have, triples and the whole shebang, like seat and everything. I'm like, man, I want that so bad. But then I'm like, but I'm gonna miss what I have right now. So like at the same time, because I have single monitor, wheel on the desk, pedals, computer chair. I know as soon as I get something like that, I'll be like, man, I kind of miss my other setup. Like that wasn't that bad. About the only thing
it's impressive on that setup.
The only thing I would change about what I have now is triples. It's like the one thing. What's your dream car?
Are y'all gonna think? Because I'm good. John, are you looking for your dream car?
It's on the wall. You can't see it.
Well, go ahead and tell him because I know what I want.
All right.
Unless you want me to. Oh, he's gonna get it. All right. I might have mine too, to be honest. We talked about it last week. I own a '68 Ford Mustang Coupe. An old school Mustang. I'm a Ford guy. If you haven't figured that out, Mark Martin, Ryan Blaney, Harrison Burton. I like Fords, always have. My dad's a Chevy guy. He has a '69 Camaro. But I love my '68 Coupe. But if I had it, I have Eleanor. I'd have a '69 Fastback, charcoal gray black.
That's a good one.
Drop a 429 in that thing. Rock and roll.
Funny story. I have an Eleanor diecast. It's at my mom's. I did not know I had one. That is one of my favorite cars of all time. Along with this car.
That the Supra?
Yes, it is. The Fast and Furious.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I'll take that. I'll take that.
That or a 70 Chevelle. Those two cars are literally my childhood. So, yeah.
Yeah, 70 Chevelle's dope.
My grandpa had an old Supra. I forget what year it was. Back when I was super young, so I'd probably go with that. You know what I always wanted to? It's funny is like 01 or 02 black, the Intimidator Monte Carlos. Have you guys seen those?
Yeah, my uncle had one of those. That thing was dope.
Yeah, they're sick looking. Block out the windows, get like black rims. Like I love the look of the Monte Carlos and NASCAR in general. So like having one of those would be really cool.
I'm trying to remember. I think I saw either a Tony Stewart or a Dale Jr. one for sale not too long ago. I was messing around I was looking for new cars and I was looking through Marketplace and I saw one and I was like, what the fuck? I would buy that in a heartbeat if it wasn't, like $10,000. I was like, that's stupid, but used car market's crazy right now.
I have Illinois in here somewhere. It's driving me crazy.
You have to run. Could you do it? Could you run a 24-hour race where you're the only driver? You can stop to eat, drink, or nap, but nobody else can drive the car. Can you just finish the race?
I've ran the 24 3 times. Nah, I'm good. I quit.
I don't think I could pay attention that long. Like I would just doze off for a minute and then I'm in the wall. Race is over.
Yep.
After a certain amount of time.
I don't know if I could do it in a real car. I could do it in a sim, I think.
In sim, I would get bored, dude. There's no way.
It doesn't say. Like I said, Matt asked a question.
I figured sim. That was my guess.
I think I could do it. I was awake. I think I took a 1-hour nap during R24. And
see, I always get my quality naps in. I think last year was the longest I ever ran in the car because Garrett wrecked, and I think I ran for 4.5 hours.
I think I could.
And that was too much.
If I stopped braking like an idiot and killing my ankle, I definitely could do it.
I remember that.
If you could add any cup race back to the schedule, what would it be and why?
Any cup race?
Yeah.
Mine would be Auto Club.
Bring back Auto Club. I'm a fan.
I'm good with that. These cars were sick at Auto Club.
Yeah.
I'm between two races. So I'll let John go first.
What?
The next gens
Did they run just 1 year?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years, because Reddick was really fast in the 8 car the first year of the next gens, because Cindric sat on the pole after winning Daytona. And then the next year, KFB won in the Lucas Oil car I
remember KFB won.
Club. So they ran it.
I'm a fan of that choice.
It was a good track, and plus they're bringing back so much stuff that it's like, what is there to? Chicagoland?
It's just good in that car too, man.
Chicagoland would be sick with this car.
That was going to be my second answer. Chicagoland.
Are we running
John, what are you doing?
We running Chicagoland and Venom?
No, not this year.
Championship race, isn't it?
Is it?
Homestead.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh no, it's in the playoffs.
You're right. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Here it is. I got you. Yep. It's the first race of the playoffs, right after Rockingham.
Sweet. I'm pumped for that. I like Chicago. I can't qualify where the damn there, but that'll be fun.
Where you bringing back, John?
Chicagoland.
Chicagoland. I would be between Wilkesboro and Rockingham. I'd probably take Rockingham. I want the Cup cars at Rockingham.
But see, they race at Wilkesboro now, so is that really bringing it back?
They do, but it's not a points-paying race. And you know the All-Star race isn't the same.
It's going to be a points-paying race in the next 3 years.
It should be, but Rockingham would be mine. I've always wanted to see the Cup cars at the Rock. And I think the current one runs good at Dover, so it'd probably run pretty good at the Rock.
Mm-hmm. Who has cost their team the most in repair bills this season in the Venom Truck Series?
John, you're pretty high on that list. But
yeah.
Andy,
that's right. Andy. Yeah, it's gotta be somebody from Broke Guy. It's gotta be Andy.
Oh my god.
You're right.
Y'all are gonna love. There is some team news coming out this week. Y'all are gonna fucking love it, and it has to do with
I got the early memo too. So I'm with you.
I don't think you can argue with Andy. I mean, he's wrecked at every race, hasn't he?
I was about to say the only person who could have given him a run for his money was Ryan Dye last year.
But Ryan made up for it.
Last year. See, Ryan made up for it this season, but last season Ryan did not finish a race.
That's crazy.
If I remember right.
I've had a pretty expensive season. Wrecked the shit out of it. I've wrecked twice. I've DNF'd twice this year, and I have got the most out of it both times. And then I blew up at Kansas after.
I'd say as far as team bills go, Broke Guy is probably one, but me and John are trying to bring Alabama Gang and Zittel into the conversation. Zittel murdered it this week. I lost it at Kansas. John lost it at Vegas. We have a pretty good DNF list as a unit.
Boy.
Yeah.
Zach, you got anybody in mind?
Oh, he said Andy.
Oh,
I said Andy. Yeah, and you know what? I'll even throw. I don't think it's as bad as those guys, but Josh Freed at Auto Club went right into head on into the wall, and at Kern as well. So he's costing me some money because I'm the owner.
Oh man!
Now, so. And Iowa.
I think Whitney's had to pay some big bills.
Yeah. Early runners for awards. Gosh, that's a good one.
Rookie of the year.
I don't even know who won awards.
Start with that. You don't know who won awards last season.
Rookie
of the year last season was Hunter Ingrave. You were most popular driver.
Who won most improved?
Austin. Didn't Austin win most improved? Oh, Zach did.
Zach there you go. Well, you can't win it twice. Fuck you. That would have been that would have probably been my most improved guy was Zach, but he's already won it. So
go to your
Sportsman of the Year.
I might give that to Austin this year, most improved. I think he's been up there a lot now.
Yeah, Austin. He was my vote last year.
I would be Austin. It was between you and Austin last year. I'd say that you could make an argument looking at the top 15. You could make an argument that Hayden's most improved. He's third in the points right now.
See, I don't know.
And he was consistent last year, but he wasn't that good.
He was fast last year. Though.
You could also make an argument for Modicek.
That's the one that I was like Josh or Austin.
I like Josh Austin.
I could even make an argument for Matt Slaughter. I mean, he was up top 5 last year. He won 2 road courses in the rookie year, season 7. He didn't win last year.
Yeah.
It depends on how the rest of the season goes. If he ends with 2-3 wins and first in points,
or even Freed. Freed's in 7th right now with 5 top 10s. There's a lot of quality people, and you can't win it back to back. They tried to give it to me twice in a row, and I told them that they couldn't.
Did they?
So
I was very passionate about wanting to win that last year. So I'm glad I did. But I feel like I wish I could have waited a year. So I think this year I could have got it.
I won it in season 6. Yeah, because season 5 I was terrible, and I won it in season 6, and then I joined the council in season 7, and Jan was like, "Yeah,
right here."
See, I don't have that trophy. I have 1 trophy, and that's the one that John sent me last year.
You didn't get your most improved.
Nope. I didn't get my rookie of the year or my most improved. You know why? You know where they're at, John?
I don't have them.
Not to call out our league owner, but my trophies are sitting at his house. And I've asked him multiple times if he wants me to come pick them up because it's not that far to Abingdon. But anyway, I digress.
You can digress.
For rookie of the year, I was trying to check our rookies.
They're there. I don't know.
Where are
Greg Bradshaw. We don't have any rookies.
Hunter Leach.
We really don't because
Hunter Leach and Bradshaw.
McKellar was from our team. He's my buddy. He's having some stuff going on in real life right now, so he hasn't been able to race. But
I was really sad when all that stuff came out that he just backed out. I wish he just stuck around and just stepped away from racing. I know he's got a lot going on though. That's crazy.
Yeah, he like left our Discord and not even like our personal one. We have our friends. He's just got some stuff going on, which is wishing the best for him. But yeah, he started second at Kern, and I think he would have been a contender for that. But
up front at Las Vegas too.
So yeah, you gotta favor Bradshaw at this point. He's easily outrunning Hunter as far as points go. He's got top 2? He's got 2 top 10s and a top 5. So yeah, Greg's looking good for rookie. Most popular driver, John K is going to win because it's rigged. That's how this works. We've already talked about this.
Vote for Tyler Berger. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want it. I don't know.
It's just a popularity vote.
Jesus.
Okay.
It's a popularity vote. You can vote for anybody, and John wins it because John rigs it every year. I think he votes for himself 13 times.
Shit.
I'm voting for Gary Clark. Shout out to Gary.
I fucking hate myself.
I love Gary. Gary's the man. And then Sportsman is the last one.
Did y'all know Nathan Palawota won a Sportsman of the Year award?
I do. The season that Nathan won that championship, we gave him Sportsman of the Year, and everybody was confused as to what happened that year.
Disgusting. Honestly, you can't find anybody more sportsman-like than Eric Breeding. I think Eric could go back to back, or Kevin Sargent.
I'll tell you who is running good right now that I would give it to. I like both of those as an answer, but Brantley.
It's not supposed to be somebody that runs good. It's supposed to be somebody that
I know it's not. Well, yeah, no, that's true.
Kevin Sargent.
Well, if you want to talk about some bad shit luck, let's give it to Roman this year.
No.
Roman's in 21st in points, and I don't care if he had 2 wrecks.
Broke guy
but
tight. No. I'm just kidding. I'd be okay with that.
In all honesty, he had that one bad wreck early in the year off of pitting, but George Jackson is having a pretty sportsman season, especially after that last race.
Yeah.
You know who has 2 good finishes back to back is Pascal. He has 2 11th place finishes.
I really like Pascal. Pascal's a good dude, man.
He's more.
I was just gonna ask you guys.
He's more silent than Schlosser.
I was gonna ask you guys if he's a real person or is there a programmed NPC you guys put in there? Because he's never talked. He's never talked in Discord.
Kind of fucked up. Pascal, let us know if you're watching this.
So
Pascal's real. I've talked to Pascal.
I was about to say our team owner talks to Pascal on the regular. He is he speaks French, right? Because he's French Canadian.
Oh,
so that's one reason why I think he doesn't talk a lot. But
he let me buy one day, and I said merci beaucoup, and he said it back to me. So Pascal is real.
Apparently very nice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I've never talked to him either, but he's apparently very nice. Garrett talks to him on the regular.
I spun him out at Daytona one time on accident. It's my bad.
So I think there's a lot of people who could be in contention for the Sportsman of the Year. We've had some guys who are super nice, always good to race around, and have had some terrible luck.
Yeah. If you could have 3 new teammates within Venom that are not currently in your stable, who would they be? And then we can also do 3 teammates outside of Venom who would they be, and why would Matt not be one of them? Talking about our broadcaster.
Matt. Funny.
Mart. Matt.
Let's see. I know one right off the top of my head I would take because I almost ended up on his team before I signed on with Alabama Gangs. Andy. Andy has a great mind for racing. He's super chill.
Oh yeah,
and probably one of the nicer guys about sharing information. I mean, we're not all super secretive here, but Andy will basically give you the race plan off his back just to try to help you.
He'll tell you when he's going to pit. He told me he was going to one-stop Iowa.
Yeah.
He'll do that.
You guys don't tell each other that? That's what we do. That me and Josh do that we pretty much pit identically every single race. Like we always talk to each other.
Have you not watched Alabama Gang Pit? We all come out and start with a strategy, and then it goes out the window immediately.
Too many cautions. No, he means like just like people in the league that are not on your team. Like we tell each other stuff.
Yeah, we do talk about that stuff. But no, Andy's broke guy. But me and him me and Andy will sit down and talk about like full strategy during the week because Andy's just that guy.
I'm pretty sure I've won races because of Andy's help, like strategy wise. That's a good one.
That's one off the top of my head. Seeing as how I'm going for calendar models of Venom, I'm going to take Zach now because dude's going to be like the front January page for our new calendar. Good grief. That hair is immaculate.
It's
good hair, man.
I got a fresh cut last week, so
it's like it's an MLB The Show haircut. I see it and I'm like, I should get that because it kind of looks like my hair, but your hair, that is like, it's the pompadour. That's what it is from MLB The Show. If anybody plays it, they know. Like, that is Zach's hair.
It is. No, you're right. The serious point of that is
it's clean.
I learned about this man at Auto Club, and I know that I got a teammate that's going to stick with me. I'll take that all day long over someone like John who's going to bail on you on the last lap to try to wreck you.
And I pushed Chad. I pushed Chad all the way down the front stretch there in Michigan. So I am a team player. I do really like Josh and Chad, and even if he's not our teammate anymore, but like I will always run those guys clean and do what I can to help them win as long as one of us can win.
And then my out of the wall pick that I'm going to take based off our last podcast is Matichek because I think he runs complete. What? I'm picking all your options.
Stealing my fucking teammates.
You let me go first, but like Josh. All right. So here's the thing. From what I can tell so far and what I've learned today, me and Zach are going to run fairly similar. He might run the high line a little more than I do, but we're going to run a similar race. Josh does different things. His mind with that dirt car racing is just a little bit different, and I think that would be a very smart teammate who I also learned is super, super nice to be around. I just want to chill when we race and be able to talk about stuff, and that's difficult to do in a group that's competitive. And we have a great group in Venom, and there's a lot of guys like we do it really well in our team. Alabama Gang and Superkick get along great, but it's
do
nice
all
to
8 of
them with
you
the group.
in a Discord?
Yes, all 8 of us. So it gets a little loud sometimes, but I do think that that group of 3 that I have right there, I would be tickled to death with. I think we'd have a good time, and I think we'd be competitive. And what more can you ask?
Absolutely. I think I would pick right off the bat. I would pick McKinnon to push me on super speedways.
Get Jeremy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jeremy's a great option.
I think that'd be fun. Luke, just saying you because you know if you put in 500 laps a week for a race, you're gonna know what the direction for the wind is. You could be able to tell me that stuff, which would be awesome.
Ask John. It doesn't help.
Well, at least I would know it. I'm going to take to check that next race. And then my last one, Andy as well. I think Andy or Matichek, like you said. I think a dirt background. He can always help me at Bristol. Bristol
yeah, man,
it's going to be crazy. I've never done any dirt, so watch out for me.
Oh,
and then I'm just kidding. Like you said, no, you're good. Biddle too. I mean, I like Biddle. We almost ran in the Icon Cup series together on Sundays. He was interested in that, and he would have been a good teammate for pushing. I just think I love the teamwork on super speedways. Like when we were Interstellar last year at Talladega, we led a lot of it and pushed each other really well on the outside and had good strategy. So like, I love working together, especially on super speedways. So I'd probably pick those guys to be able to stay up front in those races.
All right, John, you got no options now. Tell us who you want.
Well, I'm still taking Josh Matechek because
there you go.
Me and Josh are buddies. We've been talking. He just reaches out and messages me, and I think it's cool. Like, not many people do that, so we meshed pretty well. The podcast was awesome. I enjoyed the hell out of that. Michael Dean. I want Michael Dean as my teammate. I've been saying that for a long time.
Michael Dean's a good dude. Hasn't been around as much with I believe, baby care.
Yeah.
And do you have twins, or he has had a kid? That's right.
Yeah. And there's a lot of tough people to pick from. Zach's a good one. See, one of the people that would have been really high on my list before the season is Brody, but Brody's a teammate now. That would have been a cool one.
I might pick Brody just so he stops running me so tight in every turn. Brody is like this on every single turn. I'm like, oh my god, dude.
His real life experience.
Yeah,
he leans on a lot, and he runs.
Yeah.
I've watched some of those races. Brody runs hard, which is great. I mean, it makes him who he is. But
yeah.
He does it everywhere. It's not just you.
You know what? I don't give a damn if he's retired or not. Give me Nathan Reynolds.
Shut up. You can't take him.
I can, bitch. I just did.
That's your outside of Venom. He's retired.
He's still right here in the Discord. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It's kind of obvious. Me and Nathan.
I think it'd be hilarious racing with Cole as well. Cole's hilarious.
Oh, God.
Cole is great, actually. Cole's really funny.
When his microphone works, yeah.
Hey man, you just got to remember to turn off the
webcam.
the webcam. That's it.
3 teammates outside of Venom. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either. I was looking over the roster in Truck 200 for the most part.
Why wouldn't it?
They're all in Venom.
Why wouldn't it be Matt Williamson? Well, because me and Matt have beef. I think this was more. I think that last part was for me. Me and Matt have beef again for some reason. 3 teammates outside of Venom.
I was going to make a joke and say pick 3 teammates from the current NASCAR roster.
Ross Chastain. That's where I was going. I was going to say Ross, Carson, Hocevar, and Sheldon Creed. Be my teammates.
I'd plug myself into Penske and take Cindric and Blaney and kick Logano out in favor of literally anyone.
Matt
I'll ponder it for a minute. I'll ponder it for a minute, but actually, the last one I took in there that I think a lot of people wouldn't is Brad Keselowski. I think Brad's experience would be really good, and we'd be a damn good super speedway team.
I picked him to win Phoenix this weekend, actually.
Nice.
Fun fact.
I got Blaney on the Wheel of Doom. I'm so Dennis. I can't argue with that. Denny's good, man.
Different. Yeah, it's just I like the Actions Detrimental podcast, honestly, and just like
it's so good
having personality, like just like different than the HMS guys that I like. So, like I like that.
He won me over with Actions Detrimental, and my wife is literally that's who she roots for because of the Full Speed documentary.
She
really likes Denny.
Who cares?
Like I said, the douchebag I got's Logano. I'm punting him out. He wrecked Mark Martin at Pocono, and he's just a douchebag.
Fuck him. That's fucking.
I vote we kick him.
So Denny, who else? Zach, you got 2 more.
Just NASCAR drivers. We're doing NASCAR. We're doing
whatever you want. Whatever you want. Don't matter.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do NASCAR drivers. I would say probably I picked Denny, probably Chase, because it'd be hilarious to hear them communicate.
That would be great. That'd be such a good radioactive every week.
Yeah, right. We'll throw Kyle Busch in there too. We'll throw Kyle Busch in there too. This would be very interesting, an interesting dynamic.
Wait, who was the last one?
Kyle Busch.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This just became the rowdy pirate ship. Nobody's finishing the race if we don't win.
Right.
Literally. That brings me back. It was like Charlotte 2016, 17, something like that. When Denny run Kyle into the wall. Kyle was going to win. He had like fresher tires or something. Denny just ran him in the wall. He's like, that race won. That motherfucker.
I'm telling you, the only other person that would be funnier to put Denny on a team with would be Kyle Larson. Denny and Kyle Larson on the same team would be so funny.
That would be good. I have nothing else. Luke, you got anything else?
No, this has been fun. I'm gonna start talking to Zach more on the regular now. So
I'm not.
I'm glad that I actually got to meet somebody. I love these because then I know who they are. It's not just like that random guy that I'm trying to race for 7th. It's a person.
This,
hey, I'll be there. That's where I chill right now, 7th place. So if you're
I feel you.
I'll be right there.
We'll be right there, right outside the top 5, looking in.
You know who would be cool to have on here one time is Chad Stearns. I know.
Chad Steens?
Oh,
Chad, wouldn't it literally be just like a black photo?
Probably.
Like the FBI things where they use fake voices?
He'd talk like fucking Matt Schlosser.
Matt's got deep voice. Chad's real, man. He's in. Yeah, Chad's in the Discord every week now, man. He's real. And I laugh every time I see his truck, just those sponsorless Indiana white trucks.
That's it.
That may have to happen. We may have to have Chad on. I know Luke and Chad have beef for whatever reason, but
I don't think Chad has any beef with me. I just have had many run-ins where he is making a move that I get caught up in, and that annoys me.
Chad don't give a shit. Chad has officials to run. That might be cool. We might try and do that. We might try and get Chad.
I think that'd be cool.
Zach, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, thank you guys for having me on, and it's been really good the last couple seasons here, becoming, I guess, kind of a staple of Venom. Like, I didn't know after the first season if I wanted to try to look for other leagues or honestly, I don't drive the trucks very much besides Venom. I do some officials in them, but like, I love the next gen car. Unpopular opinion. That's my favorite car. That's what I run in any other league. Yeah. So I didn't know if I wanted to look around, but I've loved Venom. I've loved my team and racing with those guys there. And it's been fun racing with you guys. It's been a really cool family to be a part of.
We're glad to have you. It's been
I appreciate it.
It was cool. It was cool when you reached out and you were like, I want to be on the podcast. And I was like, hell yeah, I know nothing.
Let's do this.
This would be badass. I appreciate you coming on and reaching out and all that stuff. And man, I feel like there's so many other people we could have on too. Like this like has opened my eyes to like, people actually want to do this. Like, let's start reaching out to some people. Be like, hey, you want to be on this? Do you have a webcam you can join from your phone? I'm sure that would work just as well.
You guys should also, if someone wrecks each other, like I'm thinking of back to Kansas, so like Brody and Andy, just get them in here next week and just comment it out.
We should do a midweek podcast that's just the beef podcast, and you bring in 2 people that wrecked each other the week before.
You get 15 minutes to yell at each other.
Yeah, that's it. 15 minutes. That's it. Short, sweet, to the point.
I think Mooncar does that already. Unfortunately,
see, there you
go. Yeah, that's all we got. Thank you. Shout out to our sponsors, Turn 200 and Motor Stardom. They're going to be linked down in the description below. RJ and Motor Stardom, huge news for them. I know this is at the end of the podcast. They have a website. RJ's doing a YouTube show now. Go check that shit out. I saw clips of it on. I didn't realize he was. I knew he was starting the website. Didn't realize he was starting the weekly show. And I saw clips of it. It looks awesome. I can't wait to go watch it. Super pumped for RJ. He's my guy. We gotta have RJ on at some point now.
Yep.
I gotta message him and reach out and be like, hey, you sponsor the show. Why haven't we had you on yet? But yeah, that's all I got. Go watch Turn 200. Watch all their stuff. Big news. There's something coming back that hasn't been back in a while. And there might be something else coming back that hasn't been back in a while that I may be involved in. I may have talked my way into it on accident, and now I'm actually interested in doing it and trying it at least once. So, go subscribe to them. Follow along with all the Venom stuff. And thanks for watching. Thank you, Zach, for giving us 2 hours of your time. Appreciate it. Usually these don't go that long, but we've had a lot of stuff to talk about apparently. And then thanks, Luke, for stepping in for Ziddle while he is on vacation. But yeah, we're out of here. Peace.
Later.